Here are the four elements or four steps that are involved in this process. We'll just run through them quick and then break them down. Number one, context is everything. Number two is observation. Number three is interpretation. Number four is application. All right, real quick. Number one is called context is everything, and it's for good reason because it helps you remember right from the start that it's critical to approach the Bible with an eye for the original context. You have to remember this was written by real people in a real time and place in history, and what they wrote was intended for real people in that time and place, like they had an audience in mind. And so with those things in mind, we can look at the next step. And step number two is observation. So you read a passage and you're asking observation questions. Where did it take place? Or who wrote it? Or who or what did they mention in the particular passage? Then we go on to step number three, which is interpretation. And this one is all about wrestling with what the passage might actually mean. What are they saying? What's the main idea that the author is conveying? Who are they writing to? What would they have thought that this meant? What cultural factors might affect what they meant? And it's really good to keep these first things in mind. It's only really after wrestling with those first three things that you should actually even move on to take time and think about the fourth one. And the fourth and final step is application, which, as you can guess, is all about thinking through if there's any personal application for you in this passage or for other people based on what you've learned from the scripture that you read. So you're going to be thinking through things like, was this just relevant to the original audience, or are there principles being taught that are still applicable today? So just a quick look at that study method, and you can see how far off a person can get with just a quick reading of a Bible passage or a story, and then jumping right to application. Right? People can go, okay, well, I read that story, and I think it means this, and so I'm supposed to do this. And man, can you really get off the path when you jump too quickly to application?